Alright guys, so I'm going to show you really quick how to sorry, I had to walk away for a moment. How to clean your throttle body. So you're going to want to get a can. This is CRC's throttle body and air intake cleaner. So, I mean, you can get whatever, brand you prefer. Just look for a throttle body air intake cleaner. You're going to want a 5.5 millimeter socket, and that's going to be to take this clamp off for around the throttle body. You can sometimes get a Phillips head screwdriver in there, but generally it is usually going to be rusted or stuck and it's a pain in the ass. So you're going to want to loosen that up. And then you're going to have two 10 millimeter bolts. This is for on a CRV, but very similar with many of the older Hondas. You're going to have two 10 millimeter bolts up here, and there's going to be like a retaining clamp around there that just pops off at the bottom. So what you want to start with is loosen that, the throttle body. Come over here. Take your 10 millimeter bolts out that are holding the airbox in. And I mean, technically you could just take this hose off, but it's a little tight, and being that it's older, I'm just going to take it all off because trying to push and pull that generally leads to these stock intake arms, because they're just older. They end up breaking. They get dry rotted and they end up splitting and ripping, so I find it a lot easier to pull the whole stock airbox off and just get it out of your way. So I just put my two bolts up here, put my ratchet, and I come over here, and then usually just get out of the way. I take the top of the airbox off because there's going to be a bottom part that you're going to want to line up with this stock airbox down there if you're keeping it. So I remove the air filter top and the air filter itself, and then I just come over here, and if you pull on it just right, there you go, pops right off. I'll show you what I mean. And then generally you just pull this right off, and here's what I was talking about, that little retainer piece. It's a rubber piece, will fit right around. There's a little like grommet, steel grommet area that it goes on. So there you go, you got the air intake box out of the way. You're gonna have a pipe that runs from your valve cover to this right here to into the intake pipe. You just pull that out. It's not too hard. And then I guess I gotta loosen it up more. I thought I had it pretty loose, but apparently I don't. So I want to take that intake pipe, screw a little bit looser. Hopefully it's not just rusted out. Nope, it was a little bit tight. Then you want to get around because you have a little sound resonator dampener piece right here. So once you get that off, just be aware it's kind of right there, so it might be in your way. So now I have the throttle body. Let me put the light here so you guys can see. Now I'll move this. Bear with me. Okay. You guys see all that gunk in the throttle body? If you guys can see that. It's actually not too bad for sitting in the field for 5 years. But when you open it up, you'll see how black it is in there. So we're not going to be able to get everything, unfortunately. But what I'm going to do is start spraying in there. And I'll take a shop rag and I'll start wiping down. But apparently this little red hose is not going to work, so that's always nice when the stuff you buy doesn't work there. I'm going to open up that throttle body a little bit. Alright, let that sit for a second. And generally I do the intake pipe too. I just usually take it right outside and spray it down. So, sorry if I'm blocking the light, guys, but I'm sure you get the gist of what I'm doing while wiping down the throttle body and the throttle plate. You can see the amount of gunk that comes out of there. But I am still surprised that it was not that bad, especially for being 20 years old and sitting in the field the past 5 years. I was surprised. That's not as bad as I thought. So yeah, that's how you would clean your throttle body, guys. You can obviously go in there, get in there a little bit deeper if you want to, do a little bit more, but mine wasn't too bad. You're not going to be able to get rid of that gunk in the back, in the intake manifold, very well without actually taking everything apart. So that's about the best you can do, but you'll be surprised. Some of them are really, really gunked up, really bad, very dirty, and just hurts the airflow and your gas mileage. So hope that helps, guys.